Oh, strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a stream deck which has now started to work due to trying to make it work. And it's got
Buttons and
buttons.
shit.
It's got buttons and things. One
Look
of
how
the buttons,
fancy we are.
it's getting
Fucking
there, isn't it?
buttons. Shit.
It's getting there. Like, I believe there was over 100, but less than hundreds of views for the stream last night, which was a fun night. That boxer
Yeah,
series show, it's a good show. It's
it
entertaining.
is.
I reckon if you were there in the crowd having a little bit of a drink up, giving it the Scouse Dreams, I reckon you'd have a nice time, you know?
Yeah, man. It's a great setup, and it's great for building up people and giving them
Mm.
good cracks. Exciting as fuck, 3 rounders. It's good.
It was just fun fights. That like
Yeah.
the whole event was that whole event was so much better than the other Sky Sports shows that there's been up until
Yeah.
this point. Which I don't know if that's a I don't know if that's just maybe like the fourth Sky Sports show that there's been, or it's a testament to old Ben Shalom because this is his bread and butter, isn't it? So decent. Like would come back for more.
Yeah.
I'm in for those boxer shows.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Very quickly, should we just shout out Dens back with a big win
Big
and
up our man
with
Den's
with a stoppage as well, which is even
powerful
better.
one too.
And as we know, I'm constantly trying to take over his personal finances, and the reason that I can do that is because support for this podcast is brought to you by our good friends at Market Squawk.
Squawk.
There we are. Stay in touch with financial news that matters to you. The Market Squawk, powered by Live Squawk News, is a streaming financial news service that lets you know what's moving in the market in real time. There's no subscription, which means you can come and go as you please. Instant access, easy to use. You'll be up and running within a couple of minutes. That's Market Squawk, powered by Live Squawk. I've known the owner of Live Squawk for many, many years. He is a true G. He's been in the Daily Mail a couple of times for things, but hey, who cares? Because the service is flawless, and this is the pay-as-you-go one. So get involved. Market Squawk.
Lovely.
Oh, streets. So
What
look,
a
shout out
weekend.
to Dens. Let's just shout out to Dens for a minute. He looked good. He looked angry, and he punched up some little white geezer for fun, and looked very happy about it. Which respect. That's tomorrow's Coof Club. I anticipated for today's Coof Club to actually be Dens, but then
Yeah.
last, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like setting and levels, and like no disrespect, but that was. Should we do Canelo? Because that was fucking enormous. It really was like an absolute sensational fight. Great fight to watch. It was. I've seen various versions because I forgot to pay the pay-per-view. Forgot. But I watched the BT Sport one, and whoever, I think it was Richie Woodall, he had Plant 5 rounds up at the point of the stoppage.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was a bit on the
Strong.
very strong.
Yeah.
Very like the most strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
5 rounds, you know.
it's one of those ones where, and like rightfully so, like Canelo is one of those guys where if it goes to the scorecards, you better have Naon killed him or killed him and resurrected him if you even hope to get a decision. But I think people quickly go to the flip side of that. Oh my God, it was fucking, can you believe this? Now, that being said, there were some moody scores that they were saying like Caleb deserved a lot of rounds. He was doing excellent. Did he win by 5? No. Did he do like we'll say anyone who knew Caleb Plant knew he was going to put up a fucking performance of a lifetime. Like he was not going to take this and just be like, I'm going to show up and collect a paycheck.
Yeah.
He was there for them straps.
Which was a proper paycheck, by the way.
Yeah.
He got 10 bar for that.
Nice.
Respect. And I don't think he was fussed. Every single cent of it. And I hope that he gets a decent little kickback on pay-per-view. I hope that he walks away with 15 to 18 on that. Because, right, look, before we go into the majesty of the Ginger King, right, I just want to say that, like, Caleb, another one, whatever. Whenever I say it like that, it makes me feel a little bit closer to DJ Khaled. So, anyway, Caleb. That's the number 2 super middleweight, right? I think that he beats Billy Joe, and I think that he beats Callum Smith when Callum Smith was still Callum Smith.
Agreed.
I thought he gave an absolutely fantastic account of himself. I thought he landed. Do you know what? He landed some horrible little short counter shots on Canelo, like a couple of head movers, and I'm talking about shots that I haven't seen people land on Canelo like that with that reaction since Triple G. Right? Yep. It's been a while because he has been just wrecking balling people, but Caleb had a couple of it. He landed a fucking uppercut. I think it was like the 4th or 5th round, like a really short, quick one, and like Canelo's head snapped up and he came straight back double. Like that's always, when you've got through to Canelo, because he comes back and it's just like, I don't really fancy this again.
Yeah.
But like he completely and utterly done himself proud. Yes, he lost, but it's one of those ones, much like when Canelo lost to Floyd, as a very loose comparison.
Yeah.
He done himself no disservice, right?
100%. And if you're talking shit about Plant for losing, I knew it. That was a fucking warrior performance. Mm-hmm. And if you're like, Canelo was getting exposed until it's like, listen, he won by stop it. That was a unification bout worthy of unification. Like that was
for sure
2 of the best, giving it everything. What a fucking show. And also, I thought it was an interesting take where Caleb almost relied on his front hand.
Yes.
Because he knew the rear hand opens you up. Like the hooks are going to start coming. Mm-hmm. The body shots are going to start. And he did it great. Risky as fuck.
He really did.
Like, it's risky as fuck. And he executed it perfectly. If people, is their takeaway to fight Canelo, it's a tough game plan to execute, and you need Caleb's movement. You need his ring IQ to even have a hope of that. I was very impressed with how successful he was with it, especially it's fucking risky, especially with a power puncher like that.
The confidence. To shell up and to try and shoulder roll someone like a Canelo. And let's be honest, right? Canelo is now 17-1-1 in championship fights. That's 19. That was Caleb's 23rd fight total.
Yep.
Canelo has more knockouts than Plant has fights. So let's just talk about that. Like he's got nearly 3 times experience. I think it was 4.5 times or 4 times the rounds experience. Like
that was his 60th professional fight.
Right. And he's 2 years older than Plant.
And you look at the 1-1, that's Floyd Mayweather and Triple G.
And Triple G, yeah. There was an early draw, weren't there, on his record that no one even knows who that geezer is, but I guarantee you he is still dining out on that. I've written he's doing speaking tours around like some fucking Mexican leisure center off the back of that. But look, for me, that showed an awful lot of both of them. I loved what Canelo did. Like it wasn't. I don't think anyone. I tell you what, anyone that will 100% and sincerely say that Canelo got exposed by anything, right? And I'm going to sound like a Canelo fan. That was just a good fight. That was a good fight against number 1 and number 2 of the division, right? Proven number 1, number 2 of the division, of which number 2 was considerably taller, longer reached, more fleet of foot. That one of the announcers, I watched the Showtime announcement. He shredded as well. Yeah, I mean, he didn't he had the Joe from Family Guy legs, but he was all right. But one of them was saying like Canelo doesn't cut the ring off particularly well and this and that, and I'm like,
oh really? Jump in.
I was like, he seems to do a pretty good job. And they were moaning about how slow his feet are, and I'm like, I mean, he moves pretty quick when he wants to. I just don't think he's that fast. And do you know what? You very rarely ever see that fucker out of breath.
100, right? Which is insane because sometimes he's fucking going.
Yeah.
Also, like I get the foot thing in comparison to the rest of him because his head movement is fantastic and his hand speed is great. So if you're going to compare it, all right, his feet are comparatively slower, but that doesn't make him slow.
But that's the core of that style, right? Yeah. Because his head movement's there, his upper body movement is there, which means that he doesn't have to step. There's no energy. It's just an immediate blast forward, which is why you're going to have so much more power in your counters. So,
I don't know. And mate, it was like you could see it coming too, which was just
Yeah.
because when he started getting through, you could see he was feeling, and he started giving it all the. There was I can't remember what round it was. It was like the 8th or something where it just got real good to him, and he was just like staying in the pocket and saying, "Oh fuck, I need to not do that so much." He was like slipping and moving and shit, and it was beautiful. And then he started connecting, and he was finding a home for it. And you're like, oh, you can see the extra reaction. You know, the legs buckle a little bit. There's that step back for a second. And when he smells blood,
yeah, he's probably the best finisher.
Fuck.
In box, like if you get rattled and dropped by Canelo, you don't. It doesn't go to a decision. It just doesn't. Like name, like I could be wrong, but I don't think that's ever happened.
Like Kirkland, remember when he started? Oh, that was brutality.
That's Kirkland nearly died. Like he was never the same after that. He shouldn't have had that fight in the first place. But whatever. So now we have our first undisputed super middleweight champion ever, 4 belt. The first Mexican undisputed champion.
Which is saying something. First person to clear out a division in a fucking year.
In a calendar 12-month period, he's done it all. And to be fair, he smashed it.
Strap season, boy. Like his accolades.
That black WBC one, that Teotihuacan belt. Come on.
Right.
That's going. If one of them replica companies make one of them, because they do the Mayan belt.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They do the Mayan belt. They got to do that Teotihuacan belt. I'm all about the black and gold.
That was fucking lovely.
Yeah, he deserved every part of that. What do you do? I tell you what, I really liked the respect afterwards from both of them. Brilliant. They had a nice hug. I liked Canelo's press conference afterwards saying that Plant had really frustrating defense, and it's what it is. Like, very rarely do you get any animosity after the fights as a sport, on any combat sport.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does still exist, and sometimes, you would expect if they had a bit of a scuffle pre-hand and there's been a lot of backing and forth, you'd think there'd maybe be a little bit still salty, but seems like it's done, dusted.
He caught himself talking English, like he was about to fly in English, and then he started speaking Spanish again. But when his translator didn't translate, and he's like, "And," I love that. It's like, say the whole shit, motherfucker. I said more than that.
I mean, true G, like absolute true G. I don't know what happens next. That makes him the 6th 4 belt undisputed champ as well, and the first one was B-Hop in 2004. It's not a bad lineage, that, is it?
Fuck yeah.
Is it B-Hop, Taylor?
Yep.
Crawford, Usyk,
Lopez.
Taylor. No, Lopez never got it. Lopez not counted. Not
officially. Count Teo?
No.
Really?
He won the franchise belt, didn't he? They never met. He was no. It's never officially undisputed, so he's not on the list.
That's why all the media posts today have because he was with Lopez after the fight, and they're like 2 undisputed champions together. Because I mean, come on, really?
Yeah, it's true, but then like.
And franchise trumps. That's the thing. If you're going to make these stupid fucking belts, you need.
You still got to have. I mean, but if you're giving someone the championship emeritus or like you said, the franchise one, then you should have it as a even higher loaded power belt.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you think's next?
Light heavy.
You think?
I think so.
See, now I think that they'll sort out Benavidez. Because the amount of people that moan and say that Benavidez has got Canelo's number, blah, 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 he's going to look at that and go, no, that cunt ain't.
Yeah. I'm more thinking, to be fair, those fights could be, there's a couple more where, Charlo's.
Oi, did you see Charlo giving it ag to a fan?
This weekend?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
See, this is what the stream deck will be for when we finally get the setup done, where I'll be able to go like this. Bosh, and it'll come up.
Lovely.
Love that. But no, Charlo, he was, when they're giving
it, going to be loads of that geezer's rig, isn't it? Fucking Corona man.
Of course it is. I might just do like one sweeping mosaic picture of the rafts. Anyway, but he was like, someone was saying to him like, what makes Canelo so dangerous? And he gave him the finger whilst he's filming, I was like, oh, that's a bit much. And then he asked him again, and then Charlo like whacked his phone. Now that was the nice one, so I was like, I'm pretty sure you did bash up that waitress. Now it was rude, but like dude, you can't. Charlo's never fought a 168. Like he's not going straight up and getting a Canelo shout.
I think Canelo's literally. Why would he do anything other than chase the money now? You know, I think it's whatever will bring in cash.
So that's why I think that Benavidez would be next.
Yeah,
because there's been talk that there's even been like weird words of like avoidance of Benavidez, and it's just like I don't think so.
The word avoid and Canelo, like
I don't think he's that fast. He's just not.
Legitimately, like I mean, Boo Boo.
I mean, after seeing what Plant did, you can see how Boo Boo could be super effective. I said effective, not
for sure. That's another fight that I want to see.
Yeah, because he's as big. I think he may be even slightly bigger than Plant. He's definitely longer. He's drastically more awkward.
Yeah,
like drastically more awkward. And I think he's a little bit more spiteful. Like Plant is. Like, he's got a little bit of a serial killer look to him. Oh, yeah, how serious was it? Do you want to continue? Yes.
Yeah.
And then, like, wobbled across the ring. Like, I'm having this either way.
That was fucking
respect.
Sick. But, yeah, so there are some... I just think it's at the point where you got belts coming out your ass. You've, like, proved everything. I think it'll just be...
You got to defend it once, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to do that just to solidify it. Because even if some fucker... So even if you bin those belts off and say, look, I'm doing this at 175 now. You still want that asterisk in case someone comes along and cleans up double quick because, like, you've done irreparable damage to the minions that were left. Because he has cleared out that division.
Yep.
We are uncertain of Billy Joe's future.
Yep.
Callum's gone up a weight. I'll gutted if he's got to fight Callum again.
Imagine that's why you move.
He's going to take the fucking arm with you this time. Right? And then that's it. Those are the champions that he's wiped out. Like, Plant is the only one that's still about, and I wouldn't be shocked if Plant went up a division. He's certainly big enough.
Oh, yeah.
Like, certainly big enough. And then, like, at light heavy, right? We've already said before, I'm pretty sure that he absolutely mugs off Bivol. If he fights Bivol, I think he pieces Bivol up, right? Joe Smith and him is so fun.
While it goes on so badly,
and Joe Smith is so much bigger than Canelo.
Yeah,
right. That would be like it'd be like what was the Scouse boy that he fought that was about 6'7" and like Canelo was 5'2". Like they did all the Photoshop stretching him out.
Oh yeah,
you know the what? Yeah, he just like ripped him up to the body, but like it would be a significant size difference between Joe Smith Jr. and even then, fancy Canelo.
Yep.
And then you got Beterbiev, who's got 2 of the 4 belts, who's got 100% knockout rating, who looks exactly what Wolverine should look like. He's the most scary Russian fucker the world's ever known. He's like the boxing Khabib looking kind of guy.
Yes.
Right? But he's bigger and he, doing the fucking hand shit. You're like, oh, that must really hurt your wrists, mate. Beterbiev and him is a huge fight if it happens. Wouldn't be again surprised if Canelo just like it probably wouldn't be a stoppage. It would probably be like a movement and box.
Sorry, it really annoyed me that I blanked on that guy's name, Rocky Fielding. Who you were talking
Rocky Fielding,
about.
Yes. Shout out Rocky Fielding. Yeah. But yeah, like he's a victim of his own success now.
Yeah. But I mean, great problem to have.
Have you, by any chance, because it made me sad before we banged the record button, have you by any chance seen that, you know, the 2 boys, what is it, Meris and JC Designs, the ones that do the better fight posters than the actual professional fight poster makers?
Yes.
One of them has already done a Triple G Canelo 3 poster.
Oh, no, please don't. We don't want that.
No one wants it. No one wants it. It's done, right? You got done the first time.
Yeah.
Second time, there's an argument.
Yeah.
Factional, whatever.
The third time, I think.
We've seen
exactly what happens.
Yeah. And again, someone's been 2 weights above you, G. And G, you've just been like, and there's no, I'm not
Yeah.
judging you, your power, your strength. You're a good boy. But
Yeah.
one of you's peaking. One of you is in the heavy descent now.
Yeah.
You know, like you
And
just
just
imagine.
level of
Yeah,
activity, level of competition. It's all the bad street. You know, it's not going the right way.
telling you that his own contract goes a fucking long way in Kazakhstan,
Yeah.
right? That money goes an awful long way back in Central Asia. I'm sure he lives majority of the time in Cali, but you know, he's clear out the Japanese, bash up Murata, become unified champ again. I don't really want to see him with Boo Boo. I don't really want to see him with Charlo, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'll watch it, of course, and it'll be
Yeah.
fascinating. And I kind of want like Boo Boo to get the opportunity for the big fights that he's been after, but I got no real interest in seeing it as a whole.
For sure.
What's your call then? You saying just 175 straight away? I may as well do that again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, he's cleared out the division. So I get the whole thing about the defense. My thing with the defending the titles,
Mm.
I get it for the most part. If you're going to stay in the division, for sure. But if you get to almost the roaming territory where you kind of just like taking scalps, I'm about that. Like, even with Fury, I don't hold it against him that I feel like he won the straps. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
granted, one missing, but he won the straps. He had a meltdown. I don't even think of that as like, oh, but you didn't eat. Like now, he's the uncrowned, undisputed champ for me.
Yeah.
And when he gets it, if he does it again, I'll still be like, that guy was the best of the division. With
Mm-hmm.
Canelo, do I think he's avoiding someone at 168 and that's why he's not doing it? No, I just think he's kind of in the position where he's like, I'll do this now. I'll do that. What shit is if they hold up the system? Like if they have all the belts and they almost hold it hostage and no one else can win them. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does another division, comes back to defend, something like that. Who knows? But I think it's at the point where it's just going to be big name, big fight, big money.
I mean, someone like an Eddie as well, who is his promoter. He's got Eddie. Maybe he just collects Eddies. He's got Eddie in the corner and Eddie behind the desk, isn't he? Bless him. Right? It's just easier, right? Eddie controls the majority of the talent at light heavy that aren't world champions.
Mm-hmm.
So he's surely for his own interest.
Oh God, he can't do that. He can't put his lot.
He's not. No. I'm not saying like feeding Boazzi to Canelo or something like that. What I'm saying is like it's probably in his interest to try and line up Canelo defending the undisputed crown a couple of times, two times, just to let the other boys season, because it actually just makes more money in the fight anyway.
Yeah.
Right. We've got Lyndon. We will say Yard because who knows? You got Lyndon. You got Yard. We've got Craig Richards, who's been at world level, and yes, he probably, if he turned it on, he probably could have done a lot better with Bivol. But it's his first time. But he did great, exactly. Let's see if one of those boys starts chasing down world title shots. Whatevs.
Yeah, I'm fucking pumped for what happens with Boazzi.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, still not sure about him, you know.
Really?
Arthur's my favourite of them.
Is that right? No,
yeah.
I'm full on Boazzi.
No, I like Boy. I like. Do you know what it is? Is that he's not. He's doing a very good job of hiding who he is. He's too Christian.
Yeah. I'm not sure with him that he's hiding who he is.
That's
like,
even scarier. That makes him a fucking Vatican assassin.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. No, thank you.
Like with AJ, like you're managed very well and you say all the right things, but you can see in the eyes what is really happening. And,
are you saying that Boazzi does the Lord's work?
I think Boazzi does the Lord's work.
So when he's absolutely bashing the granny out of someone, like some poor French geezer
praying for their soul.
Do you think he? Oh, yeah, that's even scarier. I still like Lyndon's my favourite of our lot. I like how aggro he is. I like his skill set. I like the way he fights. I like everything about him, and I like that he's got a proper chip on his shoulder and will have a proper argument with you. I like that. I'm about it. I'd love to get him on here.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I don't know what that was. That was a noise of some sort. UFC.
This is going to be a process. Give me a second.
What's this?
All right, there we go.
Oh yeah. You're having a nightmare, aren't you? It's not great.
It takes a little bit more effort to do simple things.
Just literally anything. Yeah.
Just need a bit of a wind up to do anything. Like, get up now.
The life of a G, eh?
Fuck yeah. UFC. Oh my God.
It was a good one. Okay. Now, this is the closest I came to actually acquiring and watching a whole UFC. I watched the main 3 fights on highlights, which rejoice MMA fans. I always say if it's a good one, I'll do it. It was a good one. So I did.
It was a sleepless night, boy. Let me tell you that.
Let me just start. Guess who was super happy to see Rose win? She did it for freedom, bruv. Her and Lee Wood, they're fucking allied forces, them two. Yeah. But Rose looked good.
She did. Jung looked good too. I thought Jung might take this the rematch.
She's
yeah.
jacked as shit, that girl. I want to see what fucking supplement she's on. Like Zhang is just, she's all like, to be fair, she could be trans for all we know.
But her training videos, they even said that they were like, of the people that come through, she's the most like talented fighter. They had like, she's a fucking animal when she trains. Like, I could watch her train a lot. Like, seeing her on pads is fucking amazing. Great fight. I love those just high level ones, you know, when it's like 2 people absolute top of the game with a history, you know, that they've, you know, done the rounds before. That was fucking beautiful. It was great showing. But
it was a great show.
Gagey Chandler, man. Gagey.
Do you want to get into that? Because that, I mean, to be fair, of last night, which there was an abundance of fights, that was the wildest, for sure. Gagey and Chandler was fucking mental.
Yep.
I mean, he's like, Chandler is, he doesn't disappoint ever. Like, he's a great signing for the UFC. He was a wicked signing for Bellator. You understand why Bellator paid up to keep him. He's another one that seems super churchy, super Jesus, super nice, but I just don't think he can actually be that and be super churchy. Like, there's got to be like Gaethje, you know, he's a prick. Right? I'm sure he's cool. I'm sure he's a proper laugh and all that stuff, but you know he's a dickhead. He's got his own name tattooed.
Did you see Tyler say, I'd love to fight?
I'd love to fight. I mean, Gaethje 100% will go bare knuckle for a little bit.
Yeah, and like I was about to say, like, I think Tyler's called it there. Like, he is prime bare knuckle terror, and that is a terrifying thought because he can crack. Holy shit, that motherfucker hits hard. And Chandler is made of steel. Respect. I thought he was out of there to last and keep taking licks. And Gagey is an animal with that leg kick. Like, he fucked his leg up at such close range. Such close range. He was just drilling that shit. And then the fucking punches. Beautiful. How
do you know what? Taking a full uppercut in a 4-ounce MMA glove. That's just, that should be, that. Do you know what that should be? That should be literally a punishment handed out by a court. Like, with flogging and stuff like that. Like, if you just get fucking...
The Ngannou overeem uppercut.
Oh, just one-pieced. Like, everything about it is just grim, innit? Like, and he went down like a sack of shit. That boy's powers of recovery, he's got Holy Ghost powers as well. Him and Josh Boatzis, they are doing the Lord's work, them two. It was an astonishing fight. They're both fucked up. Chandler can't have many of them to go because he's had like 8 of them.
That's the thing. He's always in a fight. But the UFC, obviously, they like to keep their guys winning. But you look with Askren won, and they were still looking for a way to get rid of him. And then as soon as he lost, they're like, all right, fuck off now. Chandler, if you're going to lose like that, you can have a million of them fucking fights. Like, that is entertainment city. That's like Cowboy Cerrone. Like, he may win, he may lose, but you know it's going to be good.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm for it, but at a certain point, like the Cowboy was more like he would get out of it. He never really took that many sustained beatings. You know, he
I
would
mean, he
get
took a few.
stopped.
The thing with Cowboy is his life outside the cage is almost as reckless as inside the cage. It's like
I'm gonna
when
say it's
he's
safer.
resting, he's fucking shooting guns
Safer
off the back
inside
of
the
a
cage,
fucking
son. He's giving it fucking backflips in an ATV and like
legend,
literally
fucking
bullfighting,
legend.
proper ledge. But yeah,
Just emptying loads into ring girls. Fucking G.
legend. But Gaethje, again, he had his shot. He had his shot against previous champ. Like he could be champ now.
Yep.
He could comfortably be champ. Oliveira is champ. Him and Gaethje probably is what's after or what's coming.
I'm there for that fight. Love it.
Usman and Covington. I listen. It was fine. I liked. Usman's got some nice new head movements
Mm-hmm.
that I liked. Other than that, it wasn't for me. That was
I mean, Covington did well as well too to get dropped. Then a few seconds later, get dropped again.
yeah.
Um,
Wait, how close does they need to be at the end of the fight? Like when they were just chatting to each other at the end of the fight, they were legitimately nose to nose. Now I don't know how. Like, do you reckon that was the most aggressive? Like, that was a fucking amazing fight, and I just want to just thank you.
well, it
for
sounded like
for
it
your
when
fucking-
the ref is like
fucking-
splitting you up.
Yeah, well, he said something like "kiss and make up later" or something,
Yeah,
boys,
yeah.
didn't he? I like that geezer. He got smashed right in the bollocks with a belt once, and he took it like a champ. Like you know when they like try and wrap it round and it swung out and just went bing. Big man.
Oh shit!
Again, I'm gonna say this right now. As fun as the UFC, as exciting as the UFC is, and as much of a production, and it is a flawless production. When do you ever see a badly produced UFC event? It doesn't exist. They're the top dogs for that. But since boxing has pivoted and realised that they can't just take the piss anymore, which they still do to some extent, but they're getting a lot better with it. It was always a side piece for me. It was always, and it would be a popular side piece for a while, but it's always number two, and it's like
Also, too, we were literally having this discussion the other day, and it's been true for a long time, which is weird because there's so much boxing on as well.
yeah,
But there's something about boxing you still invest in the characters,
yes,
and I say that as a person, I don't buy into the fucking pre-fight antics. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But it's the stories of the fighters we like, and like the UFC used to really have that. Like you'd count down for people's fights, and now it's just like, oh, there's another fight. Oh, it's a great card. I'll watch it, but it's not like, oh my god. And it's weird. It's I guess almost a victim of its own success in that point. But something about it just doesn't have the same pull. Like I'll count down for the big boxing fights.
I don't know if it's like it's just changed a little bit. Where when UFC was at that stage for me personally was like the GSP era.
Yeah.
GSP and Anderson era. And what that was like we could all torrent, we could all go on the news groups, we could all go online in some way and find the countdown shows that were invariably never ever shown in the UK. Right? Yeah. So the second that you've made that effort to go and find the countdown shows, you were kind of like in.
Yeah.
Where at least with Sky Sports, they've always had a much cleaner like viewership of boxing in some capacity. Even if it was like the Johnny Nelson, the talk show that they did, they would still have like, some pretty epic guests on there.
Gloves are off and shit.
Gloves are off. Yeah, all of those ones. Like even the one where they kind of got like the gym studio and they would have a chat and they'd have like Eubanks in there or James Toney or whatever. They were always super fun and you always had that access to it. But since now, both of them have like the UFC have just gone, everything can go on YouTube, and so has Sky Sports, which it's not a bad vibe. DAZN put their stuff on YouTube after a couple of days, really, as well. Like,
mate, BT are G's. Their shit is on like as soon as the fight's over, it's fucking on YouTube.
Yeah, now, but do you think that that's maybe because things have been signed off in the background and DAZN are just saying, put it out because you want people to watch it. We want that ad rev. Maybe, but no, BT were quick on that one, especially with the UFC stuff. But again, that eats itself because now I've got no interest. Like, I don't really want to see Frankie take another fucking beating. Like Frankie was a legend. You know, an absolute animal, the geezer, and now he's getting like, I mean, that toe kick. I mean, shout out to that photographer. That's a serious picture. Again, going forward, Bosch up on the screen
Come
for all
straight
to
up.
see. There it is. Yeah, you don't need it. You know, he must have made a decent amount of cash. You
Yeah,
never know, dear.
you never know. And also, too, I get it with the fight. Like the money, for example, Plant, I'm sure could have done with the cash, but he's that
Mm,
sort of guy where it's like, we'll give you the cash, but you'll never be able to have a world title.
mm.
No, he's a fighter at his heart. He wants to fight, and that's the problem. Like Frankie is fucking savage. He wants to fight, and
Yeah.
the fighter. I love that quote, and it's so true. Fighter's first person to know when they've had enough, but the last person to admit it.
Mm.
So
That was so deep, man.
that's true, man. You know, it's like
So
they need
deep.
saving from themselves.
Yeah, it's a proper vibe with that because I mean we've even had guests on where we've spoken about it before. Like if you're talking about like if we get Bradley Skeet back on,
Yep.
if we can line that up, so Bradley is about to he's going to be fighting for a WBO European
Big.
title at 154. 154 domestically is fucking savagery,
Mm-hmm.
right? Troy is British champ. Cheeseman is an animal. Metcalf, Conway, and you know Bradley belongs in that mix as well. Between those 5 or 6 fighters that we've got domestically, you can build a few shows out of them. But
Yeah.
then when you go up past domestic, past European level, and you start looking at who the world champions are, without disrespecting any of them, because they are fantastic fighters and athletes, and that I'm not here to be rude. I struggle to see even a Troy. What do you think happens with Troy and a Castano, a Troy and a Charlo? Because that's
Mm.
the two choices to get in a world strap, and he will
Yeah.
hold his own and he will do whatever he can and all this other stuff. But like I'm saying, what happens now? And it's the same for the light heavies. It's the same for our crop of heavyweights that are coming through.
Yeah.
You know, when Dillian can't get a world title, what are you meant to do? It's literally just ransomed by like 2 people. You can't see them being beaten by anyone other than each other. And if they
Yeah.
don't fight, again, like what do you do? It's the same like with middleweight, and you know, Triple G beats Murata for sure. I don't know if he beats Charlo. He probably does. I don't know if he beats Boo Boo. He probably does. But then
Mm.
that surely would be the swan song, and that's that. And then the
You'd
crop
hope
below
so.
it, the
Yeah.
gulf between like European level and world championship level is fucking enormous.
Huge.
147 is the worst one for sure because you
Yeah.
got Boots lurking around who you
Yeah.
like. I fancy Boots to give a very good account of himself against someone even like a Crawford. I don't think he beats
Mm.
Crawford. I think he
Mm.
does very well. I wouldn't be that shocked if he beat Spence, but that's because I don't really like Spence very much. So it is personal. I have no issue to not like him other than that he bashed up Kell Brook and he's always super sleepy. But like if Boots was English, if Boots was Conor Ben, I think we'd be a lot more bullish, right?
Mm.
Connor's fighting Chris Algieri. That's a
Big show.
that's a fantastic fight for both
Yeah.
of them. Like Chris, let's see what you've got left.
Yep.
You're a smart, high IQ boxer puncher. You know, you're not a banger, but what you will do, you'll do them on work rate, you'll do them on skill, you'll do them on technique, and you'll do them on the fundamentals of boxing, which is where
And
it
you
is.
know he can take a crack.
And he can take a huge crack, and he lives outside of the cage. Now he's with other people.
Mhm.
Shout out, Chris. Shout out. But Connor, I could see Connor getting his face boxed off.
Yeah.
I could see Connor being literally left on the end of a jab most of the night, and just because, like, what does Connor do? He raids forward.
Yeah.
You know, does he raid forward better
Like
than
Provodnikov?
Provodnikov? No. Like Manny? No. Like Spence? No. Like Khan? Don't think so. We don't know where he is yet. But then, say he gets past Algeria and he's like stamps his flag into like, I am truly world level. Are you though?
Yeah.
Because to be world level, then you got to have a shout. And I don't see you with Spence. I don't see you with Crawford.
Well, it's like the prize is almost a booby prize. It's like,
It really
congrats,
is.
you've proved it. And now,
Yeah.
good luck.
I mean, but yeah, exactly. But then this is kind of what I was trying to say to Jess when we was doing the live stream. Is like for someone like there was a guy on there called Appleyard,
Yeah.
right? Who's in his 30s. He's had 30 something fights. It's got to be painfully evident for him that he's not going to do the things that probably he aspired to do when he first started. But what he can do is still nick a few quid doing this. He's probably got another profession. He's probably gets a decent ticket sales, and he's probably like a local guy. He does his own fight nights. Who knows? Who knows what he does? But for how long? Because if you're, our age, if you're like 40, 41, whatever, it's ticking down, and your marketability vanishes by the minute. At what point do you just be like, oh, I'm done now? And then you've got another 40, 45 years to live. Then what do you do?
Exactly.
It's fucking wild, isn't it?
Tough times, man. Hang on, I'm going to adjust.
You're going to have a little adjust. Oh, he's proper done his shouldering. Yeah, sitting on a beanbag when you've only got one arm. Oi, do you know what the most Hollywood Allen thing to do would be? Get addicted to painkillers. That would be the shit. If you just lived like you were covered in cotton wool. Oh, that's how you know what's up.
That was the first thing that they said at the hospital. They're like, do you want some painkillers? I'm like, no. Yeah. And also, you haven't examined me yet. Like, you don't know the fuck. I could be a crackhead. Just like, yeah, give me the painkillers. I'll see you in a minute.
Could you imagine if that's all that was needed for a crackhead to get a sling, and he just goes in and gets pepped up to every single hospital lurking around?
I didn't even have the sling yet either. They gave it to me. So
but they would have nicked that beforehand. They would have seen that happen, and they would have gone in the back and got one. Got two, just double sling. Be like, I need 2 sets of painkillers, please. Thank you very much. But in since we've done a sweep up, we was going to do one last week. It didn't happen. We had 2 guests. Whatever. But there's been like a shitload of fights announced, like an absolute shitload. Till the end of the year is out of control. And the last fight of the year for sure is going to be Triple G, which is a DAZN big boy. Sick.
Yeah.
Right? So we got Teofimo and Cambosis on the 27th, right? Finally. The week before that, Crawford and Porter.
What a fight.
Then we got Loma on the 11th of December.
Mm-hmm.
We've got next weekend, we've got Rosado and Munguia. Then we got, there's shitloads. There was a Loma card. There's Haney and Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, that's a great fight, actually.
Yeah, it's just like week after week after week. December 4th is a big one in the UK. There's a few big ones on that night. That's like the Yard and an Arthur 2 card.
Mm.
Mate, and I think there's a couple of big UFCs as well.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Going all right.
Baby. Ooh, baby.
Going all right. We'll have to sort out a stream schedule for the ones we can and can't do / the ones that are worth doing.
Fuck yes.
Which invariably will be the ones either on DAZN at a reasonable time or the ones that are UK based, because, I mean, we're not staying up, mate. It's just not going to happen, is it?
Well, I mean, I watched some of the UFC, dozed off, so went back and watched that this morning, and set my alarm for 3:45 to get downstairs for 4, and it was already like round 5.
Wait. That's how Hollywood you are. It takes you 15 minutes to get to the other floor of your house. Bruv, are you P. Diddy?
Bro, do you know what it's like at that time of morning? You ain't moving nothing quick. It's like that internal monologue. All right, it's probably going to kick off at 4. Do I really need to see the ring walk? No, I don't. Da. Make your way downstairs. Fuck, they started early. Shit, it was round 5.
So you watched that shit live?
Yeah.
You're a savage. You're an absolute animal, DeGazer. I woke up with horrific stomach pains at 3, checked if it had started yet, then I went back to bed.
You weren't far off, because it did start before 4.
Yeah, it's not happening. I mean, to be fair, I don't think there's that much else really to cover other than it was a pretty big weekend.
It was. And massive congrats to Canelo and to
Congrats to Denz.
Denz.
Like, I'm very happy that he came back.
Yeah.
Like that. because he got mucked about a little bit. We've got Dan Aziz on the 20th.
That's going to be big.
Try and sort that out. I still say, like, if Mr. Algieri is in the UK, we might be able to do that under email for press credentials. Could you imagine?
That would be lovely.
I mean, because it must be so loose now who is and isn't press. Like, that's super loose, right? If you can just email someone and they check that you are at least doing some sort of publication, decent. Mate, is there anything more? Is there anything new business?
No, I think we've covered it.
Huh?
Exciting times ahead. It's going to become fast and loose after
decent.
this week.
Yeah. Things will come up a little bit. We still got a couple of like history episodes that we want to bank, get them done. There'll be some more lives coming up, and then we're gonna start. Let's probably say like after the first week after your off shoot, so 1 week off, and then the week after, maybe we'll use that as our date to start the live episode, where people can call in, have arguments with people. Eric Kelly, shout out Eric Kelly. We're the one-stop shop for fucking awesome. Just left a comment on our stream last night that just said, "I hate Canelo." So, sick. Cheers, Eric.
Legend, the geezer, legend.
Cheers. Sergio done the New York Marathon today. Shout out, Serge.
Oh, big up. He did it. Nice.
I don't know what he did it in, but whatever.
He did it.
Right, marathons, you know. I don't get it.
They're not good for the soul, man.
I'm not sure you're running away from something. You should just do what I do, which is that I've actually 100% stopped my meds. So let's see where this goes. I halved them, and then my allocated medical professional was like, "Well, that's a terrible idea. Let's not do that." And I was like, yeah, sick. I won't do that. No. And then I halved them, and then I started to do like 1 day on, 3 days off, and now I've just stopped. And am I feeling super dizzy? Yes. Am I feeling furious all the time? 100%. And have I been waking up having chronic stomach pains for the past 3 nights? Yes. So it's going all right, but I think it's probably for the best that I come off. Yeah.
I love that.
I've been in such a weird way that if anyone's commented anything negative, positive on the Instagram, I've just been messaging, "I'll fight you." And that's literally everyone. They're like, "Love the stream. I'll fight you, bruv." Every single one of them. I think Jake's going to get the ump and take it away soon. Let's see him try that though, isn't it? Streets, I love you. Bye.
Love you. Boy.